Welcome everyone. How's it going? Sorry I'm a minute late here. Wow, what a random day in the market. Now it looks like we're retesting our 650 level. Let me know in the chat if I'm coming in clear. I'm coming in okay. I had to rush here. Looks like I got something white stuck in my hair. Got it out. Welcome all. Stuck. Hit that like button. Getting my orange slices ready. You know what? I didn't grab an orange. I should. Thank you, Too Many Fills. Thank you. Hey, Waka, Evan, Marco, Sanju. See a lot of people here from Discord. Welcome, welcome. So today I got CNBC actually rolled up here. I hope that's okay. If anything like relevant comes on, I'm gonna turn it on. Then we can listen to CNBC. They just did a bond section, so we could talk about that. The orange slices are good luck. Ooh, you know what? Hold on. Let me grab the orange slices. Be right back. I'm back. I got the oranges. All right. You guys asked for the oranges. We got the oranges. We're going to put the orange barometer on the graph. I'm going to add a price level on it. So let's add, where's the time series? Time level right there. I'm going to draw a line where we got the oranges. All right. That red vertical line, if you can hopefully see, it's right there. We got the oranges. That's all I ask. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so, okay, so what happened overnight, right? Oranges make all the difference. Absolutely. So basically what happened here was overnight, I was checking the futures. Yields were going down a little bit, not much. Woke up. Where's the sunlight? It'll come, but it's Vancouver, so I can't really do much. So, I mean, here's the thing. Yields were going down pretty much overnight. They were kind of flat. And then an hour before open, I noticed like literally yield shot up, right? And there's algorithms there that are going to obviously trade inverse related to yield. So as yields go up, they sell the Qs, they sell tech, stuff with high PEs, right? So that much is obvious. And then on top of that, what happened really was the market is really finicky at the moment. So today's quadruple witching, which means a bunch of stuff expires today in terms of futures contracts, options contracts. Those are there's four major things that expire today. So the big thing that's really going to happen that you have to watch for in the market today is really going to be, it's not that been getting a lot of questions around, hey, is the market going to go up? Is the market going to go down? What's happening around that? I really don't think everything, it's not one way or another, right? It's not like today's the market's going to go up, today the market's going to go down because it's quadruple witching. I just think that today there's going to be more volume as usual, more volatility. We've already seen it, and pinning is going to be harder. So pinning is going to be a little bit harder today for the market makers, but we'll see. We'll see. Everything is algorithm based for sure. Absolutely. So yeah, it's going to be something that you're going to have to watch out for. So in Tesla, so today, let's talk about Kathy's price target, right? There's a lot of rumors going around that Kathy is potentially going to be releasing her price target today. She's shown in history that she likes to do it on Fridays. I think last year she did it on Friday, January 31st. So if that's true, then that's going to be something that you're going to want to watch out for. I'm not saying go long just because based on that, I'm guessing a lot of you guys that quite literally are sitting on leaps, sitting on stocks, sitting on stuff like that are already long. So it's not like you're gonna buy more, but something to watch out for. That after hours something might happen here. So let me know. Also, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Let's do that. Throw in the city where you guys are tuning in from. 160 people watching. I know Waka's from England. I'm kind of jealous people that live outside of North America in terms of your trading hours. It's waking up at 6:30 on a red day is not fun. Hey, Vancouver, nice way. Didn't know that. Thousand Oaks, California. Hey, Norway. Nice. Nuts. Chris, time to buy this more in Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee. Nice. Amazing city. Norway. I'm floating in a pool in Arizona. Philip, jealous. New York City, Maryland. LA, Netherlands. Western Massachusetts. Sweden, Guatemala City, UK. Netherlands, Shanghai, Belgium. Jeremy's in Belgium. Nice. Hermosa Beach, California. I'm jealous. London, Florida, Germany. Yay. I'm guessing you meant the Bay Area. Gonzalo, welcome. It's 9 a.m. for you. What? That's nuts. Sweden, Houston, Hamburg, Germany. Boston. Don't like the Bruins. Hi from the Faroe Islands. Where is that? Nice. Sydney, 5:50 a.m. Ridgecrest. Trading hours are based on your time zone, so pretty good for the East Coast. Yeah, East Coast is great. Yeah, sorry. That much goes without saying. East Peoria, Illinois, Hawaii, Livermore, Orange County, North Carolina. Now that's a place I want to go to as well, is North and South Carolina, and do that tour. Long Beach, California, Boston, Massachusetts, San Antonio, Cali, DJs from Mars, obviously, Calgary, Alberta. Nice. Man, we got some wide variety of people in here. It's awesome. Minnesota, San Antonio. Nice. Phil from Vancouver. Welcome, Phil. How's it going? Johnny, welcome. Johnny is, I think, from Portugal. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sweden, Jan. Montreal. Hey, Anne, welcome. So Anne, if you don't know, Anne is in our Discord. She gives us all of the pins, right? So today, Anne, let us know if this has changed. But you're saying a 650 pins on deck. We'll see. I hope you're wrong and you're too low, but to be determined. So where's the selling coming from? I thought we would see more volume with witching. So we have about 10 minutes left until quadruple witching hour. I'm just gonna check the volume on Tesla real quick here. What are we sitting at? So we're sitting at 33 million. Our average volume on Tesla is 36. So we're pretty much already hit our quota in terms of volume for the day. But the last hour, and if you guys remember from S&P inclusion stream, where we had that mass amount of volume in the last half an hour, it was a little bit more of it was a different case scenario, obviously. But the last hour is really where you're going to see a large portion of the volume kick in. So we have 5 minutes left till power hour, if you want to call it that. Absolutely right. What a memory. I have a terrible memory. Nice, New York. So, hey, Sam's from Phoenix. Love Phoenix. So, okay, so Tesla is pretty much flat for the day. It's 70 basis points low. So the cues, let's take a look at the cues for a second. And don't mind my typing. I know it's a little bit close to the mic today. In terms of the cues, originally, if you guys remember my video a couple of days ago, I was really bullish on us taking over the supply zone and finishing up above our 25 and 50 day moving averages. Now, what happened the following day, everyone knows, we pretty much sold right off of it. So it seems like these supply zones are actually a lot stronger. And it's a couple of times that we've actually hit that 50 day moving average and we haven't been able to break through. But I did get a lot of messages with people saying, this looks exactly like an inverse head and shoulders. Okay, so let me just walk through that for a second. So head and shoulders usually is, just imagine this drawing flipped upside down. So, you know, there's a left shoulder, there's a head, and then there's a right shoulder, just like a person. This is upside down. So this is one shoulder right here. This is the head, and that's another shoulder. Now, you know, so this is bullish. Long story short, this is bullish, technically speaking, from the charts. I think, you know, if you guys know me and you guys are listening, you guys have watched the channel for a while now, you know, I don't live and die by technicals. It's not something that I usually look for in equity-based stuff. In ETFs, obviously, it's a little more liquid. It's more broad, and you can't point to one specific news event, really, that's going to move an ETF. It's a conglomeration. So I'm more privy to some of these technicals than, like, let's say if I just saw this on Tesla. But you know, this, I mean, it's probably a good theory. I would say for us to really know if this holds any water, we'd have to come back and retest our supply up here. But until then, I don't think we have, like we're going to have to see a gap up next week and a continued run for us to test that theory. Until then, we're just chopping in and around here. So, that being said, though, this is one test of the 50-day moving average right here. Here's another one. Here's a third one. So you'd imagine by the fourth time, sellers might be exhausted at that level and we can push through it. It's just a matter of when we get there. So, something to potentially look at for next week. We were green in Tesla. Absolutely, we were green in Tesla a couple minutes ago, actually. So we're at 650 now. We actually hit, if I go to the 5-minute, we actually hit 655 for a hot second. What is this, 15, 20 minutes ago now? So, keep that in mind. Our in terms of the yield, if we take a look at the yield for a second, Tesla's here. Let me put the yield in this graph right here. So the yield in the last little bit has been trickling up. It's sitting at 1.73% at the moment. There's just, and it's quite uncanny in terms of if you take a look at the chart I have laid out here, and I'm going to change this to the 5 minutes as well. It's really just like a 1-for-1 kind of algorithmic trading going on with the bond yields and a lot of tech equities with high PEs. Kathy Wood has said in one of her market reports that she thinks we're going to test 3% before we get rejected on the yields. That was a month ago. I wonder if her mind has changed. There should be another market report coming out today or tomorrow on her channel, so I'm going to keep an eye out to see what she says about that. But it does look like we're pinned here. So, and you're right at the moment. So, let's see. By the way, let me know if you guys watched that ARK video I made last month now. I made that video. I really enjoyed doing that type of economic analysis because I think it bears more weight really than anything else. But Flow Algo, good question. Let me check out Flow Algo while we talk. M. Kelsey, yes, you did. Awesome. And hopefully I can continue making more stuff like that. Let's take a look here. So 649 on Tesla. We have 2 minutes left till power hour. I'm not looking for anything in particular in the next hour. It's going to be kind of just volatile, chaotic, high volume mess. It might not even move very much, certain equities, but it's really the last hour where everything settles for the quarter. So, it's kind of telling, but I wouldn't trade into this hour. Flow Algo, let me show you. So Flow Algo, this is what we got. Let's move my head here over on the right side. Flow Algo. Okay, so let's put up Tesla here. Really quiet on the options order flow today. We've had only one call. It's not even a sweep, it's a block order for 250,000. These are calls expiring next week, 700 strike, so $70 out the money. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge bet. It's not very telling. What do we've had on the SPY? We've had some put sweeps, some call sweeps. It's about 20% bearish on the bearish side. More recently, though, we've had some call sweeps come in. Specifically, some sweeps come in for, I think this is Wednesday of next week, some 390 calls. So SPY right now is sitting at 390. So these are at the money, 134,000 sweeps, 390,000 sweeps. So nothing major in terms of order flow yet, right? Like what we're looking for is like the other day when we saw 5, 6, 7, 8 option row for Tesla far out the money expiring this month. That's the sort of stuff that we look for, not necessarily these smaller bets. It's just, it's all about odds as well, right? I had a comment, someone posted a comment saying, hey, that person that bought $2 million worth of out of the money Tesla calls expiring this week, looks like they're going to expire worthless. And probably, smart money doesn't always win 100% of the time. It's just an insight. It's an insight, number one, but it's an insider's look to see where smart money is putting their capital. And it's not like a surefire bet. It's about increasing your odds to see if you're going to bet, you might as well try to bet in the way that big money is flowing, right? That's the way to look at it. So, feels like next week is safer to buy Tesla, says DJ. Yeah, I would say, and this is what I was talking about with my dad about, was I think it's just safer to wait until this whole quad witching week is over. Usually the week following quad witching is a little bit erratic as well. So that's why I kind of have like a firmer, higher level target of like end of the month before we settle into hopefully a trend. Looking at the Qs though, the NASDAQs, it's not like we're really close to supply either, right? It's not like we're ready for a breakout day. If we check out the daily again on it, let's pull it up here. If we check out the daily again, let's see here. If we check out the daily again, our next supply zone isn't until 319 really. But at 315, there's been some consolidation in terms of support and resistance as well. So in terms of short term, 315 is kind of what we need to hold and break to potentially retest our supply at 320. But our higher supply, which is our 50-day moving average, sits at 321. So it's not like we're going to jump. I mean, we might. I hope we do. But it's not like we're going to jump one day on the Qs, that high and break through and never look back. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but not usually the way it goes. But that's why I think it's important to be a little bit more stringent with your capital outlay. You can continue to buy dips if you still have capital available for the long haul. I just think it's going to be erratic and maybe we just get chopped for the next little bit here. 695. You know what would be super, I mean, it's not going to happen, but what would be super funny and ironic is if you guys remember our stream 3 months ago when we did Tesla quadruple witching on S&P inclusion, we finished at 695 and the price action actually kind of seems similar, that to that day a little bit. We finished at 695. Imagine if we had like a 50-point pop towards the end of the day. So interests are like gravity to equity. Interest rates. Okay, yeah. So I had this kind of wild theory. Yeah, Tesla's sitting at 649 at the moment. I had this kind of wild theory where, I was just thinking the other day, the biggest holder of U.S. bonds and specifically treasury bonds are the Chinese government. So the CCP, and I can fact check this actually, but the biggest holder of U.S. bonds, to my knowledge, is the Chinese government, the CCP. And if that's true, I mean, they hold a lot of power if you think about it, right? They could just be dumping bonds as to increase interest rates to sell off these equities, right? As long as they want. On top of that, I saw a tweet, I forget who it's from, one of those Bloomberg Twitter people, but it was bonds have super high short interest at the moment. So if that's true and bonds have super high short interest at the moment, and the China is potentially selling off on a lot of these bonds, the minute China stops doing that and these shorts have to cover, we could see a massive spike in bonds, which would mean a massive lowering of interest rates, right? So, I mean, I think we've seen about 100 basis points worth of a move. It's not massive. I think in 2009, 2013, when the Fed hinted at increasing rates again, we saw like 130 basis move on the interest rate. So, here's the thing with interest rates. No one cares about, no one wants to talk about interest rates. You're not listening to this video because you want to learn about interest rates, right? But the way that the market's shaped up now at this point now, we've kind of hit this point where all of a sudden now interest rates are like the hot topic to talk about, which is actually super funny. DJ says actively traded smart money outperforms the market. Well, I mean, it's probably true. I don't know if it's fact checked, but I mean, the one way to look at it is who would be buying $2 or $3 million worth of out of the money calls in Tesla expiring in 4 days. If that were to happen, who'd be buying that? Well, potentially it'd be someone like Goldman, who knows that they have a price target increase coming out, And in the price target increase, they're going to be buying a lot more stock, or they know that the stock's going to move. So they're going to front run it by buying these out of the money calls. I'm not sure about the legality on something like that, but you can probably bet your bottom dollar that it happens. So Jim says, the bottom line, many people believe that the US debt is owed to foreign countries like China and Japan. The truth is most of it's owned to Social Security and pension funds. Well, I'm going to fact check this right now. And what does CNBC have on? So CNBC is talking about bond rates in the SLR, which I don't think... Actually, hold on. Let's take a listen here. One sec.
Negative this morning versus expectations, though doesn't think it changes banks' behavior much, and even in a worst-case scenario, only hits EPS by 1 to 3% for the biggest banks. JP Morgan is likely to be the most affected. It's also the one down most today, but can easily rectify pressures by issuing preference shares, for example, to boost capital, or slowing deposit growth, for example, to reduce asset growth. One factor that softened the blow this morning is that the Fed said, quote, the board will shortly seek comment on measures to adjust the SLR, i.e. nothing is set in stone yet. Nothing is hard and fast necessarily, and it's possible there will be, in fact, some long-term changes to the SLR, which banks might then welcome in due course. And Sarah, yes, JP Morgan's down 2.9%, and the KBW Banks Index down 1.4%, actually slipping a little bit in the last half an hour. But the banks have been unbelievably strong of late, so you've got to kind of keep it in that perspective.
I think we should also note, Will, for this has been politicized, right? Senator Elizabeth Warren, especially the Democratic senators like Elizabeth Warren and Sherrod Brown, have been against this. And Mike, part of their argument was that it constrained.
All right, that's getting boring. But yeah, the whole point here is banks are crying right now because banks didn't get the extension on some of the capital rules that they had, specifically speaking, the supplemental leverage ratio. So, you know, that doesn't extend the relief for them, essentially. You know, I mean, here's the thing is, and this could be right, they're saying that the markets rose on the fact that the Fed said that they're going to speak on this later. So, you know, we'll see if, potentially we'll see if that makes a difference at all into anything. I forget what I was going to do. I was going to look at something, but I forget, whatever. I was going to look at, I was going to look at to see biggest holders or biggest buyers of US bonds. And I'm going to check this out. Let's pull this up here. So the biggest buyers of US bonds are, let's take a look here. Let's move my head. Of the $7 trillion held by foreign countries, Japan and China, mainland China, have the greatest portions. So the biggest buyer, so in July 2020, so it's a little bit outdated, Japan owned 1.29 trillion of US treasuries, making it the largest foreign holder. The second largest holder is China, which owns 1 trillion. So this might be a little bit outdated, but it does look like in terms of foreign holders, they're the highest. Actually, it looks like Japan is the highest right now, and then China is second, which is, Japan is just a whole different story in terms of economic growth and what went wrong there, right? But let's undo that. So, overall, with Power Hour, with Tesla, Quadruple witching, today we're going to see a lot. So now we're in Power Hour officially. We're going to see, potentially a lot of volume come in. In terms of really what to look out for, and I saw a question here about Kathy's price target. Next live stream, baby, it says we need to bring our own citrus. Absolutely, bring your own oranges. It always helps. So in terms of what to look out for, though, in Kathy's price target, the rumor is, and this could be totally off. This could potentially not even be, accurate at all. But it really seems like it's going to be coming up today after hours. She's been saying a couple of weeks for about a month or so now. So, but the opposite side of this is, and I like to kind of play both sides a little bit on terms of arguments, not that way, but is, I don't know if she's waiting for full self-driving monthly subscription to come out, because if she's a prudent, if she wants to cover all of her bases, it's probably in her best interest to wait until the monthly self-driving subscription comes out, just so she knows the pricing of it. She can guess it, but the minute she guesses it and then releases the report, and Tesla literally comes out next week and they say it's $99 a month or $299 a month, and she has it in her model at 199, it's off, then she's gonna have to revise the report, which just doesn't look professional versus if she just waits. So in terms of counter arguments, that's one right there, right? And if you don't know, Tesla full self-driving button should be coming out today. Apparently, it should be coming out today. So if you own a Tesla, go to your settings, go to your, I think it's your safety and security button tab, and then you should be able to hopefully download full self-driving this weekend, if you have full self-driving, that is. Albert says, in this case, I will hold off on selling covered calls. Probably a good idea, Albert. Also, on top of that, you're not getting enough premium at the moment, right? So I think IVR on Tesla is actually really low still. So something to watch out for in terms of like, you're probably not going to get paid what you need to get paid to sell premium at the moment. Doesn't mean you're not going to make money. It just means that the odds are that at some certain point in the next couple, because remember, deliveries are coming out. That's one thing that I don't think a lot of people are talking about. Delivery numbers should be coming out in a couple of weeks, probably on the 1st or 2nd of April. And then earnings. We're in earnings season again in April. So don't forget that. Takashi, welcome. I'm dying for the beta button. Yeah, hopefully someone in our Discord can post it and we can get some sort of access there. Hopefully we can get some sort of access there. I bet Kathy was buying like hell when it was in the 500s. I think so, but I think part of the problem is that she had a lot of outflows in her ETF while Tesla was crashing. So I wonder how much cash on hand she was sitting in. Albert says, yeah, I got $900 2 days ago, bought them back for 20. Nice, Albert. Awesome. Gotta love it. In terms of the options contracts, let's take a look here. These are the options that are expiring today. The 650s are going for $2.70. You know, so keep that in mind. $2.70 on those, and the puts for 650s are going for $3.35. So you know, not a lot of premium left in the day. It really doesn't look like there's a move imminent in the stock. It looks like the market makers really have just sucked off all the premium, which, you know, you can argue potentially, which means that your risk or reward is a little bit better if that's the case. So yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, full self-driving in Canada, probably not yet. Yeah. Hopefully soon though. Hopefully soon. But I know we have some people in our Discord that are American and have full self-driving bought. So hopefully they can, and I think Emmanuel was one. Emmanuel, if you're watching, hopefully you get it and you can post it for us. I got my goal of 200 Tesla shares today. Congrats. Waiting for the price to go up before I do covered calls. That's awesome. That's a good idea. You know, wait for a nice pop day and then do it. Also wait for premium just to be higher. DJ, I prefer buying Tesla over ARK's ETF because if Tesla falls by any chance, ARK will collapse too. I just think it's a matter of, do you want to be more diversified or do you just specifically just want Tesla exposure, right? That's really all that matters. Sell covered puts or covered calls at the time. I like I said, I think selling premium right now is a little bit tough. I'd have to check what IV rank is. Here we got some bonds. Thank you, JB. Appreciate that. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate that. Let's see what this guy says.
On lower rates.
Well, there's a lot of momentum in the economy right now. I think we're going to have a very strong summer, a very strong fall as pent-up demand comes back in the economy, as vaccines roll out. And I think the economy is going to be strong enough to take somewhat higher rates.
Do you think, therefore, given, as you said, that you think summer and fall are going to be very strong, inflation will jump quite aggressively for those periods of time, even if you think it's then going to settle back down afterwards?
I think we will see price pressure this year. As you suggest, the first thing we're going to see is the deflationary reads of last spring roll off. And so the 12-month numbers will go up just because the baseline changes. And so that will happen. By the way, we had very strong price pressure in the fall. And so by the time we round over that, you know, that'll get normalized. But you can't, you know, help but hear these supply chain issues people are having filling their stores. I really do think, I'll speak for myself, you know, the desire to get back into the economy is quite strong. And I think that kind of demand will lead to price pressure. As you suggest, though, the fact that we'll see price pressure over 6 months is not the same thing as saying we're going to see inflation over the next several years.
President Barkin, just want to play for you a clip from Chair Powell's news conference just 2 days ago on this topic of inflation. Here's how he characterized it.
Inflation expectations are strongly anchored around 2%. We know that inflation dynamics do evolve over time. There was a time when inflation went up, it would stay up. And that time is not now. That hasn't been the case for some decades.
Is that your view? Do you feel confident in saying that any inflation that we do see rising will just not last?
It's of course impossible. It's impossible to predict the future. But what I think is there are these long-term disinflationary trends. Think of them as headwind. Global access to labor and global access to product would be a good example. Technology, which allows you to check prices on your phone, is another example. The power of big retailers like Walmart or Home Depot and their ability to negotiate strongly with people who might want to raise price. All of those things have been working against inflation, in addition to what the Fed and other central banks around the world have done, which is stable and consistent messaging around inflation targeting. And that means, I think, that you've got very stable expectations. I'd note that inflation expectations have come back toward our target, but don't seem to be moving out of line in the markets. And as I talk to executives, they may see short-term price pressure, but as I probe them on the question of, well, your normal routine is a 2% increase every January, are you thinking about changing that to 4%? I don't hear them saying that.
President Barkin, you mentioned...
All right, we get it. So what he's saying is he's pretty confident. This is the Richmond Federal Reserve president talking about inflation. He seems pretty confident to say that the market is a little bit more weary about inflation than they should be. And that, like Cathie Wood, he's saying that there's going to be these headwinds for inflation, like technological adaptation, legacy, insert industry, companies going underwater and having to revamp and having to adopt technological measures. These things are naturally deflationary. And though we're pumping stimulus, he's saying, though we're pumping all this money and printing this stuff, he thinks because of those headwinds, inflation actually never rears its ugly head. And even if it does, Jeremy Powell has already said, we're fine with seeing inflation short run over 2%, because, that's fine. And then later we can satisfy our 2% requirement by keeping it under 2%. So, that's tough to see. Here's the thing. It's not that the yields are at 1.728% at the moment. It's that they've gone up so fast that's scaring investors, right? Also, I think, this is a conspiracy side of me, but I do think there's a part in here that is media driven. Most of this is fear, uncertainty, and doubt in terms of worry about this, worry about this, worry about this, when they're trying to distract us to not look at something else. I think long term, I continue to believe this for myself. I think long term, these sort of crashes, if you want to put it that way, or these sort of sell-offs in the long haul for equities that you believe in, like Tesla, like Square for me, like, Apple and stuff that's, is going to grow. Like Nvidia, I think is probably going to be $1 trillion company at a certain point in the future. These are all buying opportunities at the end of the day. So, who's to say? Here's the issue with that, right? And here's the thing that I get. It hurts, and the amount of, trust me, it hurts. I know, looking at your account balance, in the short run, it's like painful to see, you keep buying the debt, keeps dipping, keep buying the debt, keeps dipping. And trust me, I'm there as well, especially over the last month. But I think having a longer term horizon with these sort of things is important, because when we have our head in the sand with inflation and all this sort of stuff, though it makes a difference, and though it matters, at the end of the day, these companies are going to win. Like, inflation is not going to kill Tesla, right? Like, if someone wants to argue with me that in the next 5 or 10 years, Tesla will not win the EV adoption race and EVs won't be adopted at a higher percentage of global car sales because of something stupid like inflation, you don't have your head up straight. So, Kale, I'm here from Tesla. Oh, welcome. our fellow Reddit member. Trung, just finished work, now ready for some fun. Nice. Welcome, Trung. Yeah, and as Tommy's saying, I'm out of ammo. Exactly. It's at a certain point. This is why big money wins, because big money has more money and they can continually scale. But that's why I think it's important in terms of a lesson for us to, because over the last 12 months, the market's just gone vertical. Other than maybe September, you can argue, but even September is when Tesla fell and stuff, it rebounded really fast up. So this is just the lay of the land. This is stuff that at the end of the day is it shifts our thinking from short term to long term. I think it's important for us to think about both things, not just I know some investors, and you yourself might included, only think in a 10-year time horizon. That's fine. I'm there, but I'm also thinking of the next 3 to 6 months, because I like trading. I like coming in and out of stuff. That's just the style of invader that I am, right? Investor trader. So hopefully, there's both of you types of people out there, right? Investors and traders in here. Sharful, I started watching you 3 months ago with your channel. You're so knowledgeable. I thought you were doing this for over a year at least. Thank you for a live session. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate that. Much love. Do get haters every now and then, but I'm getting better at just shrugging them off. I appreciate that. Awesome. Sitting on cash is the bravest thing to do. It's tough. Sitting on cash when the market is going up, classic bull trap scenario, right? That's kind of what we've been seeing. So, this is the thing, right? Do I think inflation is going to rear its ugly head? I think the general market is pricing that in, but I don't know. If I'm to defer to smarter minds than me, Kathy Wood doesn't think so. And I'd imagine she has better access to information. She has more perfect information, and she is far more educated than I would be in terms of opinions and widespread analysis. So, I'm going to defer to someone like her over, at a certain point, over what I think. So, so I saw a message here. Do you think S&P funds and benchmarks will adjust sell shares when Tesla's down? So, on that note, good question, Alex. So this is basically balancing. You're talking about balancing, right? And balancing is usually done at the end of the quarter for a lot of these funds. I think they even have rebalancing dates. Rebalancing SPY. I'm just going to Google it to see when they rebalance it. They usually adjust their schedule. So let's take a look here. Yes, so it matters, right? So if something is weighted, it's usually weighted by market cap, right? So if something has fallen dramatically in market cap, they're going to rebalance on that. If something is, let's say 695, then they're gonna adjust for that. If Tesla was at 900, they'd have to buy more Tesla, right? So with Tesla being at 650 at the moment, and at 648, 62 at the minute. I would think that 695 was their entry price, their closing cross on December 18th when S&P included them. I would say it's really close in terms of market cap, so I don't imagine a huge thing, to be honest. Ivan, welcome. I'm repeating the whole day to myself. Cash is a position. Cash is a position. Yeah, absolutely. Cash is totally a position. It's funny, right? People make fun of people that say cash is a position because that's usually stuff that bag holders say in the down market. But like at the end of the day, you have to protect your capital. You have to live to fight another day. And people can say whatever they want. At the end of the day, you have to protect your portfolio. If you have shares, like I have an account where I only hold shares. I don't even log in and check those because at the end of the day, I'm not holding them for a month or two. I'm holding them for, years, right? So I don't even bother to check that. The stuff that I do check, which I have my phone out for, is my Interactive Brokers account where I do most of my options trading, right? Because options is expensive to trade and stuff like TD. So when it comes to stuff like that, you have to manage your portfolio. Less so if you have leaps, right? Like, if September positions on, I don't really have to manage those. I can bag hold them for a little bit if I still believe in my thesis. So, it kind of is what it is. But cash is definitely king. Albert, Yash, what do you think about selling a put for January 2023 1500 strike? Ooh, yikes. Albert, do you mean selling a call at this 1500 strike in January 2023? Here's the thing. When you sell premium that far out, right? When you sell premium from January 2023, by the way, none of this is investment advice. You guys get that. But when you tie up premium, or when you sell premium, you tie up so much equity and so much buying power until that. So it's like, yeah, you're going to collect. I'm guessing you mean selling the 1500. So 1500, here, I'll pull it up. I'll show you. January 2023, let's pull this up real quick. So that's an in the money put, right? I'm not sure if you meant selling a call, but the 1500 strike, like there's no way you mean selling a 1500 put, because that's what, like 90, that's 100 grand or something, right? That's an in the money put. I'm guessing you meant selling a 1500 out of the money call, a covered call, right? But you tie up a lot of capital, right? If you were to do this, you tie up some capital and then you have 2 years. Am I convinced that Tesla in 2 years can't be 1500? No, like I actually think that that's possible. So, and you're gonna have to wait 2 years to potentially get that return, or you're gonna have to buy it back. I think the sweet spot for selling premium, and this is kind of the Tasty Trade, shout out to Tasty Trade, awesome channel on YouTube as well. Their model is really selling premium 45 days out. In like the general advice that they give, 45 days out gives you enough time, because the theta is, if you look at the theta column, right, $80 a day, $70 a day, this is not accurate with stuff that's expiring in the next week or two. If you look at the theta and it says $125 a day, or $1.25, this becomes less and less reliable. Tasty Trade have actually done studies on this. It's less and less reliable as you approach days to expiration, approaching zero. So with 45 days out, it's a little bit more reliable in terms of collecting premium per day to the actual theta. And so that allows you to manage your position and your risk a lot better. And then you're not tying up capital for God knows how long, right? STC, I sold an April 9th 680 put on Tesla. Looks like I'm gonna get it signed. Thinking of turning around and selling a 680 call then. Yeah, you can roll that out. You can collect more premium. You can buy that back at a loss and then sell puts again, further out the money here, like 600 or something, and collect. Well, this is not April 9th, but you know what I'm saying. So 600 gets you $26. Depending on how much you lose on that, you might be able to recoup that. And then, yeah, you can, there's a lot of things you can do with selling premium. You can roll that out. You can buy yourself more time. Also, you don't have to do April 9th. You can do a couple of weeks past that at 560 or something. And then you can also sell a call. It's just a matter of really your account's risks and your goals. What delta we says do you go out for covered calls on 45 days out usually? So good question. 45 days out, I'm trying to remember what they say. I think they say one standard deviation out. One standard deviation is a 16 or 17 delta. So on Tesla, 42 days to expiration. Hopefully you can see this. Let me scroll up. 42 days to expiration, a one standard deviation out of the money call on Tesla is an 840 or 850 strike call. And that nets you about $1,300. So you collect $1,300 to hold that risk. Now, if you have shares, worst case scenario, you have to sell your shares at that price. Best case scenario, Tesla finishes at $863 and a penny less or something. You collect all the premium, or actually that's your break even. $850. If it closes at that, this expires worthless anyway, so you don't care. Appreciate that, Harry. Liked the video. Yeah, I mean, you know what you guys really liked is when I said in one of my videos, I was like and subscribe or don't. I don't care. So I think I'm gonna start saying that, because I really, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Price action is starting to consolidate. Let's take a look. It's definitely, it's 100% consolidating here. Let me check the volume real quick as well. Let's see here. Volume is. So if someone wants to let me know how I can check, I don't use Thinkorswim for checking my volume, because I can never find where it is, because there's so many things. Or you know what, it's not here, because I have so many different technicals on here, so I can never find volume on here. A live volumetric. Actually, I probably could find it in my quote screen, whatever. Let's take a look here. Tesla volume for the day is 36 million, 35 point something million. So looks like we've hit our quota. We have half an hour till close. There is obviously extreme pressure to pin this at 650. Let's take a look at option open interest. I don't love looking at option open interest. You guys know that because I think it's mostly just a misnomer. And 650 is going to have the most option. I don't even have to look at the open interest to know 650 is going to have high open interest. 700, 750, 600. It's just always the whole numbers, right? So we have a 10,000 open interest at 650. And the next biggest one, is 700. So, let's see here. Where did you learn all the technical stuff? I wish I had something. I mean, it's just years of just screwing around and just putting it in and just putting the time. My mic is janky. Really, is it? Let me know if my audio is coming in weird. Albert, go to Thinkorswim, add styles chart settings, correspond, uncheck the show volume subgraph. I have the subgraph though. That's not the problem. I'm trying to look at the daily volume, which I think I can look at if I look at my quotes. I could probably add it into here actually now that I think about it. Thank you though, Albert. Appreciate that. I'm gonna add it in right now. Just have to keep going on. Don't have to keep going on Yahoo Finance like a chump. Okay, let's take a look here. There we go. Got it. Appreciate it. Okay, mic is fine. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. Audio's okay. Okay, thanks guys. Yeah. So Harry's saying why would they pin? So the market makers would pin because they expire worthless. Exactly. All right, mic is fine. Okay, thanks guys. Looks like VH, maybe the volume's off on your speaker or something. Okay, someone asked about closing cross. Can you find a balance and resell in the S&P? Let me check to see what the market on close is saying for a second. Let's take a look here. Let's see here. Let's check MOC, market on close. What is it saying? Let's take a look. It's probably on the buy side today in terms of imbalance. So the early market imbalance is 1,900 billion, so 1.9 trillion on the buy side. I don't know how much I weigh on that, to be honest. I follow it all the time, but I just find that it usually doesn't mean very much. Closing cross. Let's check out the closing cross imbalance. Let's see here. Let's take a look. You know what? I think I might need access to NASDAQ Total View or NASDAQ Workstation. Not Total View, sorry. The feed. Sanja, I'll definitely. I've talked to him about that. I appreciate you saying that. He works in his accounting firm all day, every day, especially right now. So he's super busy. But much love to you guys saying that. I'm trying to find. Hey, if someone knows in the comments, let me know or link me where I can find. I might have to log in for it though. The closing cross imbalance on the NASDAQ. I usually don't. I can probably check it for Tesla. Let's say. Facebook's finally having a good week. Yeah, didn't Facebook just get hit with that huge, actually, I think Instagram was down. Not that I use Instagram very much, but I saw it on Twitter. Instagram was down. Let's take a look here. The imbalance shares. I'm trying to find the imbalance right now. Imbalance. Net imbalance indicator. Okay, I need a username and login. Can I just let me just try to see if I can register here. Hold on. I agree. Take a look here. Type I agree in the box above. I'm trying to sign up for NASDAQ's. What is this called? Their data.nasdaq.com data storage. This is pent up. Something's pent up here on Tesla. So let's take a look. I mean, hopefully we break up on the upside here. That's why I'm trying to check the imbalance on the market. Type I agree. Literally, I am typing I agree. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's see here. User ID. Let's put in something here. Suggested password. Say. Let me just typing some random things in here, y'all. You know what? Let me just put in real stuff, see what happens here. Let's see what we get if I sign in. Okay, is the company in the securities industry? Oh wait, do I have to? Oh, I have to be to qualify as a non-professional rate. I think I have to pay for this. Huh? Screw this. I'm not paying whatever this is. Nasdaq wants me to pay for the net imbalance indicator. Oh yeah, here it is. It's $15 a month. Ah, screw it for one day. What's the point? Appreciate your time. Thank you, Steve. Let's take a look here. What is Johnny says? Absolutely. I've been saying that to Yash since the first stream. Yeah, you have, Johnny. Actually, you were. I remember that. Do you think the China FUD this morning about the military not allowing Tesla cars is affecting the stock? I think it might have had something to do with in the beginning. At this point, I don't think it is. Also, someone came out, I want to say it's Ray on Tesla, came out and said that that was FUD, and that wasn't actually true. I could probably try to find his tweet. He tweeted actually saying, the Bloomberg report about China's military ban on Tesla spooks some, but this ban only applies to the use of Teslas on military complexes to prevent leaking of military secrets. iPhone has long been banned by China military for the same reason. Has it affected sales? No. So there you go. That's straight from. I'll give him a shout out. Here is his Twitter channel if you guys want to check him out. I follow him on Twitter. So doesn't seem like, yeah, and FUD's everywhere. FUD will be everywhere. It's just the name of the game, unfortunately. Wow, look at this price action at the moment, right? Like, check this out. We are just straight lining for 650. Just absolutely straight lining. And as Kathy says, the longer the base. Military is a small percentage. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, you know what? It's going to be, that's true, STC is going to be a lot more Tesla FUD. Absolutely, as FSD comes out. But you know what? My thinking around this is quite simple. It's that, Trung, don't even worry about it. I appreciate the super chat. It's not even about the money. It's just that it'll be really annoying for me to sign up and then try to figure out in the next 20 minutes, I'll be rushing and this quality of the stream would suffer. But yeah. Back to my point. I appreciate that, Trung. Thanks for the super chat. Let's see here. What was I talking about? Yeah, so what my thinking around the FUD and the FSD beta is, there's an argument out there that's saying FSD beta comes out, well, great. That means everyone on Bloomberg, CNBC, literally everyone's going to be putting out hit pieces on FSD beta and like, look at this really sharp right turn it made, or look at this really narrowly left turn that, it missed a semi-truck driver about to get hit. There potentially could be a lot of stuff coming up around that. Thank you, Marco, for the super chat, $5. Does that mean we're finishing at $500 on the day, Marco? I hope not. But also, a part of me tries to think about this and realize that at the end of the day, if Elon Musk wasn't convinced that this was going to be a huge success, he'd be very scared to potentially do it. Steve says, "What's FUD? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt." So that's just our way to abbreviate it. So much love to you guys, but don't even worry about it. The amount of time it's gonna make me to sign up for this thing, it'll probably take me 15 minutes. So we'll have like not even 5 minutes to look at it. So I could probably find it on Twitter though. I'll try to find it on Twitter. The Tesla Imbalance. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. That's kind of what I'm thinking here is like, Jesus Christ, look how tightly traded this is. That is just nuts. So it looks like quadruple witching is probably the most pin action we've seen in a while. Almost 420 views. Yeah. Vancouver, so where is that? I was gonna say something here. It's been super cold in Vancouver. It has. It's been Castamere. Yeah, last couple weeks. And the next couple weeks are gonna suck as well. Let's take a look here. FUD means something else in Scotland. Oh, I don't even want to know. 800 by August? I hope so. Okay, so let's take a look. We are just literally flatlining in Tesla at the moment. Volume is sitting at Where is Tesla? Volume is sitting at 35.8 million for the day. The Qs. Let's take a look at the Qs. The Qs are $313.89. In my opinion, I think we're going to see a big, like today is the big day that we're going to see the flush hopefully subside, right? And the only problem I see, other than obviously macro and something happening, out of the blue, is just bond yields. And hopefully, cross my fingers, like I said in my video the other day, the one that I titled is Tesla about to skyrocket. Hopefully after this week, we see some of that action point us back up. If not, end of March is really when all of this sort of shit should figure itself out. So having diamond hands a little bit. So that's just what you got to do. And you know what? If you look at the S&P 500, I think what like the S&P 500 is at all-time highs again or something. Like, let me just check. SPX, let's do a daily on this. No, the all-time high is about $70 away. We're $70 away from an all-time high again on the SPX. So it's like, the only things that have gotten crushed have been tech stocks, stuff with high PE ratios, obviously. So yeah, absolutely Cubis. So yeah, Tesla's really consolidating here between 647 and 651. So it looks like it's really tight. And it looks like longer the base, bigger the breakout, or the bigger the breakdown. Let's see. But I think it looks like someone is buying all this weakness that we're seeing here. Because if you look on the ask side in terms of the level 2, I see a lot of actually sellers stepping in, and it looks like someone just keeps buying it to subside and keep this at the 650 level. So maybe it's Cathie Wood, maybe it's ARK coming in and buying all this stuff. But ARK does love to buy after hours as well. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed that. So, but why is the high yield not affecting Chinese EV stocks? Is it not, Gage? Like, NIO has collapsed in the same time period that Tesla has as well, right? Hey, Super Trader is saying 37,413 for buy imbalance shared. Is that for market on closed or just market wide, or is that Tesla imbalance? Thank you. I can check that out though real quick. Let's do MOC on Twitter. What is MOC saying? MOC is 4.9 billion to buy. Okay, interesting. 5 billion to buy on market to close. So we'll see. NIO's up 4% today. Awesome. I still have my NIO position for September. The bigger the lemon, the sweeter the juice. Absolutely. I think ARK's at Tesla's limit. Right, Phil. Unless they increase their weight into Tesla at 15% after hours today. And then they're 5% short. Something to think about. I think Cathie has $30 billion of assets under management. Oh, I think it's more than that. I think ARK AUM is higher than that. No, yeah, it's 53 billion. ARK Invest has assets under management, as per Google at least, right here. So let's take a look at what we got. Anything else on Flow Algo? On Tesla? No, man, it's been a quiet order flow day. I think everyone's just really sitting on their hands. No one's really going to make any far sweeping moves today. It's really setting up for next week. I think the best thing that can happen really for next week is everyone just all the fear, uncertainty with bonds, inflation just subsides, and then we continue our increased run, especially with the tech that I know is undervalued at the moment. Let's take a look here. Let's see here. Top holdings of Cathie Wood and ARK Invest is Tesla, Square, Roku, Teladoc, Zillow. I didn't know Zillow crept up as number 5. Actually, I didn't know that. Let's see what else is in terms of news. Anything else coming in? NIO is up, so that's good. Yeah, nothing really that has come up. MOC, I'm seeing some pairing here. Hard to gauge how much. So yeah, it looks like there's some imbalance, but really it's kind of meaningless at the moment because we're like, have you guys seen such a tight range? I've done streams quite often, and we haven't really seen this tight of a range for a while. So it seems like one of two scenarios. One, there's a lot of buying pressure and someone is really selling at the 650 level to keep it at 650, or there's a lot of buying pressure, or there's a lot of selling pressure and someone keeps buying to keep it at 650. One of the two. Looking at the ticker tape, I can't really tell, to be honest. Like I said a couple minutes ago, it seems like on the ask, there's someone that keeps coming in, slapping down shares, but someone keeps obviously having to buy them for it to keep there. So it's about an even split, and hence why we're stuck here. So Harry says, I predict Tesla will shoot up in the aftermarket. I hope you're right. I hope Kathy Wood comes out with her paper. New question. How can a stock be pinned at 650? I just answered it. I'm not sure where you are in this tree, but just go back a couple seconds. I just answered it. You guys seem to think ARK is going to release. Okay, let me know in the chat. When do you guys think ARK is going to release their report? What do you guys think? I'm curious to know. I know a lot of you guys think it's today after hours. But let me know when you guys think Kathy would be next week, says Panda. Friday next week, says Albert. Next week Friday. Tuesday next week, after hours tonight. Today, end of March, Toasted. If today's not my guess, I'm with Toasted. I'm thinking end of March. Monday morning pre-market. Little 420 watching, nice. Why do you think NIO always tracks Tesla? It's just, they have algorithms that trade EV stuff, and that's usually the way the market works sometimes, right? So they're paired together. Hopefully today, says Hard MF. Takashi thinks next week. Libaf got a great answer. He says, I think right after my calls expire, worthless. Absolutely. I feel that. Next Friday, tonight, after Q1 deliveries. Okay, interesting. Brandon, I think it's going to be either today or she's going to wait until a full self-driving monthly price comes out. Remember Gomez Adams and his ticker tape? I don't remember that. Until Tesla is above 700. Okay. Trunk says, can someone give Kathy a call? I did text her this morning. She didn't reply. Next Friday, today, watched Chris said buy SPY all in for the next 30 days or more unless stopped. Okay. I like the bullish talk. Exactly. Kathy's my mom. I'll ask her now. Hold on. Nice. Hey, Anthony. Welcome. I live for my options expiring worthless. I feel that. Yeah, but here's the thing as well that we have to realize is what the stock closes at isn't what the options take into account when they expire, right? On the Friday. It's a couple of hours after hours. So though we close at 650, if Kathy buys and this goes to 670 or 680 after hours and she releases her price target, and you own and you're short 670 calls or you own 670 calls, now you're in the money on those. So I doubt she's waiting for full self-driving. She'll have multiple scenarios. Yeah, I think she's waiting for the pricing. I don't think she's waiting for FSD. I think she's waiting for the pricing to come out. And she could have multiple scenarios. It looks like Tesla wants to make a breakout here. Hold on, we might see a live breakout. I'm not sure. We might be fooled into thinking this is a breakout. But this is the biggest candle we've seen in about 30 minutes. The longer the base, the bigger the breakout. Let's see. But like I was saying, I think it makes sense for her to potentially wait until the FSG subscription pricing comes out. Tommy says, watching cyber action is like watching a snail. Yeah, hopefully this is the candle that fixes that for us. 651, 652. Okay, some buyers coming in. So quad witching looks like something is happening at the moment. It's funny, right? It's like, nothing happens, and then the stock moves $3 and we're excited. Let's go. $3 move. Let's do it. Casey said I showed up late. Sorry for the breakout delay. There we go. Thanks, Casey. Pop. It's funny how a $2 move is getting us hyped up, but that's where we're at, folks. That's where we're at. I just want to see us close green. What can I say? We 10 minutes. Power hour is in. 10 minutes to go. 652 on Tesla at the moment. I'm looking at the level 2, and buyers are not stepping up at the moment. Let's see if that changes. It looks like buyers are actually stepping down. So let's see. But, let's bring the good juju. Let's bring the citrus. And I like that, Martin. I like that. I would, but I'm out of my oranges. Close at high of day. That's all I'm asking for. Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to check my portfolio. I know I shouldn't. I'm going to check my portfolio. We have 9 minutes to go. It's like, here's my philosophy with checking your portfolio, right? Why bring yourself undue pain, right? Like, why? Just, I'm going to diamond hands it. Like, what's the point of me looking? Like, I've already suffered enough pain over the last month and a half or whatever it is. What's the point? That's just what I look at right now, is just have diamond hands and move on. I am sitting on cash still. So like I said in my video the other day, I'm still sitting on cash probably until next week. And then hopefully I'm going to deploy some more of that cash, but we'll see. Abel says I'm down so much. I feel that, man. I feel that. Thoughts on Palantir? Daniel, I'm long Palantir, but don't take that as a glowing endorsement. I'm just long Palantir candidly because it's fallen a lot and Kathy's really bullish on it. I'm just being honest. I mean, you don't want me to lie. My hodl pain isn't pain, it's pride. Oh, I like that. All right, 652 on Tesla, or technically speaking, 651.70. You guys feel it, right? You guys feel the pain, right? But it is what it is. I'm not complaining. It's just, at the end of the day, it's just masochistic for me to log into my account in the morning some days. It's just, like nothing's going to change. I mean, when stuff's up 10%, I'm in. I'm checking in every single minute. I'm, in the lineup at the coffee shop, pulling up my interactive brokers. Oh man, I just, made X amount. Sick. Market's down. Put it away. You know what? Let's just dive in hand. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm just being honest. It is what it is. You're one of my favorite Tesla YouTubers. Sharooful says, I appreciate your fundamental technical analysis as well as consistent content. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hit the like, guys. Yeah, so I'm trying to stay more consistent for you guys. Wow, Tesla 653. I'm trying to stay more consistent with my content. Every day I'm trying to post during the week. I know yesterday I didn't post. It is what it is. Tesla's breaking out, folks. We're bringing the good juju. Tesla is, if you guys don't remember, this red line right here was where we started eating oranges. And I might have to start holy crap, 654.18, 654.20. Okay, quadruple witch an hour, 7 minutes left to close. I want to finish high of day. We're already green. All right, hit the like. We're green. Or don't. I don't care. But high of day is, okay, we just hit high of day. High of day, volume's coming in. Is this Kathy? Can Kathy Wood's son in the comment let me know? I forget your name. I think it was Anthony. Kathy Wood's son, let me know. Is your mom buying Tesla at the moment? Because my portfolio is going up. The only stock on my watch list that's red right now is Apple. And once Apple goes, the whole market's going to go. SpaceX. Yeah, this is SN11 right here. Boom. Volume on Tesla, let me check. 37.2 million at the moment. Hey, Andre added 2 more shares. He's helping us here. Okay, so let's check the level 2. You guys probably care about the level 2 just as much as I do. Let me pull this up a little bit here. So level 2 is looking, buyers are stepping in at the moment. Very much so. 27, 30 bids are getting increased. Buyers are stepping up, but at the same time, it looks like a lot of shares actually for sale right here. But wow, geez, buyers are just stepping in hand over fist at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised for us to see a 660. Buyers are, let's see if 656 can, okay, buyers are hitting 656 on the bid. Wow, okay, this is strong. I think we're about to make a break move up, a substantial move up here, hopefully. 657, there it is. 657. So much for that pin. Hold on, let's see. The buyers just reclaim any sort of weakness on this thing. Let's see if that continues, though. Good juju. Absolutely. This is the good juju. I'm on Kathy's side. Nice. I've never been so excited over $7 in my life. Absolutely, Alex. This is the thing, when you don't get much, a little bit of action is all you need. 650 655 680. Let's see if 656 can come back on the bids. Let's see if buyers are strong here or not. This is a good test. What I'm watching right here. I'm watching right here where you can't really see where my mouse is, but where I'm moving on the level 2. 656 is reclaimed and bid above, and it's hit, slap back down. And do they come back? Yes, they come back strong. So it looks like there's buyers ready. There are buyers ready to buy on any dip here. So this looks like this is probably Kathy's little algorithm here that she's got going on. Ironically, paying for a 660 close. That's very ironic. You know what? It's the good juju. It's the citrus energy. Thanks for joining. 456 people. It's the good juju you guys are bringing in. You know. It's not like I'm making. You know. It's like Tesla's up $3 on the day. That's a nothing burger any other day. But let's, from where we're at, come on, let's show some appreciation. Green everywhere. I think Apple is still red. Apple is 20 basis points down on the day, but if Apple goes green, the Qs are going to massively start pumping here. The Qs are sitting at $314. So let's see if that gets a pump here. So 656.27 on the bids. 656, 25. Yeah, so it looks like, let me see, 656 got slapped. Whenever 656 gets slapped, buyers come back in, which is signaling that though there might be some supply up here, if we check, if we check here, there looks like there is some supply up here, and aftermarket doesn't really tell me much, but let's see. I wouldn't be surprised, like I said a couple minutes ago, 660 to hit here very shortly, hopefully. Marco, 460 viewers. Why 160 likes? Hit the like, guys. I appreciate it, Marco. I appreciate it. Let me check Discord. Did I miss anything on the Discord channel? Emmanuel posted on our Discord saying Tesla secures order for first 8,000 ton casting machine. Oh, nice. Awesome. Okay, cool. So nothing breaking there. 656, 656.19. This is pretty strong action. 2 minutes to the bell. Absolutely, Jeff. Have you heard the Meet the Kevin by the Dip song? I have, Alex. Actually, I laughed really hard when I saw that last month. It was hilarious. Cybertruck is closer to production. Okay, nice. There we go. I don't think that's what is moving it right now, though. But I do think quadruple witching, people are putting in their orders for next week. So let's see. I mean, regardless, I want to finish green on the day on Tesla. I think that's all we got to do. Apple is still red, y'all. Apple's still red. It's hard for big moves to happen when the general macro isn't there, and it's hard for the general macro to move when something like Apple isn't green yet. Apple is down 50 basis points for the day. So it was green for the day at a certain point, I think. But we need everything in alignment for us to really see that massive push, right? That 20% day. Power hour minute. Flow algo, I'll check real quick here while we got a minute here, but I don't think there's anything new. No, there's nothing new on Flow algo. Here it is. We'll find out after the bell if Cathie Wood has released her price target. Tesla's at 656. Let's see what happens after hours. It seems like a lot of you guys think that Tesla is going to moon after hours. I am not selling anything on this pump up. Absolutely not. And price target for next week. If we can see Tesla reclaim, there we go. Nice little, it is what it is. 655 close. Currently sitting at 640. 654.87 after hours, so it is what it is. Let's find out if Cathie is releasing her price target. We might not find out for a couple of hours though, I feel like. Power second. Nice. Let's find out on Twitter what's going on here after hours. Let's take a look. Okay, Tesla's green, all is well, absolutely. Even FX Hedge knows that. On March 16th, Tesla placed an order for 8,000 ton die casting machine called the GigaPress. Of course, machine's going to be sent to Austin. Nice. That's exciting. Another day, another brief Morgan Stanley Tesla report. Okay, another one. What does this say? We forecast Tesla China volume peaking in year guys can't even see. What am I doing? Tesla, we see Tesla volume peaking in the year 2027. What? Tesla China volume peaking in 2027 at 900,000 units and declining from there. Huh. Wow. So Morgan Stanley is putting a peak on Tesla volume in China at 900,000 in 2027. Beyond 2030, our implied growth rate and terminal valuation of Tesla's China business includes a significant diminished contribution from China. Huh. Okay. I mean, not the greatest note, but that shows you how behind they are. Marco 655 on the super chat. I appreciate that. Those are euros, I believe, or pounds. I mean euros. No, euros. Spoken like an ignorant North American. Bitcoin is finishing strong as well. Let's see. What is Bitcoin finished at? Let's take a look here. Let's share here. Thank you, Marco, for the super chat. Let's see here. So after hours, again, the usual BS that we see, the illiquid stuff that happens. BTC. Let's see what BTC. Y'all, someone remind me what the BTC ticker was on Thinkorswim. I'm just going to search up Bitcoin. One of you guys told me this before. I forgot what it was now. Bitcoin. It was like a weird one. Here it is. Here it is. BLXGIDC. That's 50. So Bitcoin's at $58,795 at the moment. Oh, /BTC. Okay. Much love. Thank you. So 59,000 is what Bitcoin is at the moment. That's bullish. Bitcoin's holding back up. Nice live. Thank you. And it's dropping after hours. Again, unless we see a massive move after hours, don't really pay attention to after hours too much. Apple is green, someone says. Pavan, I don't see that. I see Apple at $120 on my watch list, and it's down 0.37% on the day. I could be wrong. Blue skies ahead. BS valuation is ending. I hope you're right. Here's the good energy we're going to put out for next week. Bonds, people start buying bonds, hopefully, moving into next week. That should bring the yield down. People realize that this massive increase in bond yields is kind of a nothing burger in the grand scheme of things. It's just a short-lived bump up that we've seen. The Fed continues to speak next week. I think Jeremy Powell is coming out 3 times next week to speak. So that's hopefully, money printer goes burr on those events like he did on Wednesday. I mean, Jeremy Powell's kind of a hit or miss. He never says anything new, right? But everyone flocks over what he says every day like it's a new news story. Anyways, hopefully people start buying these bonds. Hopefully next week we see some of these short interests on the bonds start to cover, and that should increase the bond prices, which should decrease yield. Futures, quadruple witching is now officially over. Funds have now reallocated capital. They've settled their trades. They're underwater on certain contracts. They've closed that short exposure. Qs finished at $313.14. Again, 314/15 is kind of our next break on the Qs. If I take a look at the Qs here and I pull up the daily chart on the Qs, these are the NASDAQs. This is the daily chart. Again, we have supply, meaning we have a lot of people and algorithms ready to sell their NASDAQ ETF QQQs at between 319 and 321. So watch out for that, some supply there. That being said, this looks like a lot of you subscribers have said, this looks exactly like our inverse head and shoulders. Meaning this is shoulder 1 right here. This is the head. And that's the second shoulder, which means hopefully we can break through for the third, actually the 1, 2, almost like the third and a half time is the charm when we break through that 321. Because remember, if we break through that 321, we've now reclaimed over the 50-day moving average, and that should hopefully bring us into our next bull run. And then our linear regression channel, if we were to follow our bull trend, is all the way up at 338. So we got some high room up on the upside. Downside, if you want to be a little bit bearish, you can say that we haven't reclaimed this for the third time. And potentially speaking, our next magnet zone is 290, which is a 200-day moving average. That's where our demand is. But, if I was a betting man, and I guess I am, because anyone that trades in the market is to a degree a betting person. I'm gonna remain bullish post quadruple witching. I know, there's some people are sending me articles about the week after quadruple witching is usually very bearish. I mean, the week after quadruple witching, if I remember, December 18th was right here. This was the Friday. The week after quadruple witching, we went from 304 on the NASDAQ to 314. So about a $10 move on the NASDAQ, which is, about a 4% increase on the NASDAQs for that week. Also, if you remember Tesla really soared after quadruple witching. Actually, more so the weeks following after quadruple witching in the new year. But that was mostly because of window dressing, I feel like. So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. There's a lot here. I just kind of vomited all over you guys in terms of what to look out for. But I'm bullish. I think next week is going to be telling. If we can move and retest our supply on the Qs at 319, 321, pass through, confirm again. Like I said, we confirmed that day that I made that video, but we saw a massive sell-off since then. And I suspect that has a lot to do with bond yield. So it's all about odds, right? The odds were high in our favor to be bullish. Obviously, there's a lot of supply there. This is now looking like an inverse head and shoulders. Let's see if that makes a difference, right? So in terms of Tesla, let's see if Cathie Wood comes out with anything in terms of a price target report today after hours. Tesla's sitting at 655, call it that. Our next supply zone on Tesla is 700, which is our 25-day moving average. Our 50-day moving average sits at 775. So remember, you don't have to catch this move right away. Should Tesla break 700 next week and hold past, you have about $70 worth of upside move until your next supply zone. So you don't have to be right now. You can wait until this confirms and then get in for a shorter term trade. I'll be looking to trade more short term on Tesla. Should macro be fine, yields subside a little bit, and Tesla break the 700 channel and confirm above that, we got about $70 worth of move on the upside. Quite easy. We can see that maybe in a couple of days, right? So it is what it is. SDC Yashu, your discussion of quadruple witching was the reason why I rolled over my 401k. Next week, I'm going to have some cash ready to go shopping. Nice. Hopefully we see dips really minimized for next week. But yeah, we'll see. It looks like today was really like the big shakeout. Everything pretty much other than Apple finished green on the day. S&P is about flat. So even Bingo is 5% up for the day. Who remembers Bingo, right? I have it, but I forgot about it. Pardon me if I'm a gambler and an investor. Problem is I'm way over my head with gambling lately. I feel that. End of quarter is coming. Y'all. This is it, right? Hopefully we see good quarterly deliveries for Tesla. FSD beta should be coming out today. Hopefully we see updates on Twitter on that. I'll keep refreshing my feed. Today is plant a seed day. Okay, interesting. So, we'll see. Quadruple witching, capital flow trend. Let's see, take a look here. It is what it is. It was kind of March Madness, if you want to call it that. So, you love Bingo. What am my price target on Bingo? I don't know. I bought in like the other week when it was like coming back down. I think I only bought, what did I buy? Like probably a couple hundred. How many did I buy? I think I bought like 300 something shares, I want to say, not even. So not a lot, but it is what it is. Albert, thank you actually for spending time with us. Thank you for spending time with me, right? I appreciate every single one of you guys watching and girls watching. When I say guys, it's supposed to be unisex. Because of you guys, this stream really actually exists. So subscribe if you want more in terms of streams. I do go live often. This was one of the live streams where or the rare live streams that I actually scheduled this the night before, so you guys had some heads up. So that's why I'm guessing there's a lot more of you guys watching. So I appreciate that. And yeah, hopefully next week will be fun. Whatever it is, we'll have fun. Remember, when the market goes down, let's shift long-term focus. When the market goes up, let's try to make some money short run, right? It is what it is. We can't control the market. We can only try our best. We can only have odds. We can only really try to predict. And that's why longer term investing is always easier speaking than shorter term trading. But you know what? Shorter term trading is really what makes trading exciting and investing exciting. So there's no one way to do it, right? I see a lot of trader shaming on Twitter. If you're a trader of Tesla, you're stupid and you shouldn't make any money and you deserve to lose. Trading is the name of the game. If you're watching this and you only invest, that's awesome. If you trade, that's awesome too. Everyone has different goals, right? Let's have fun. Let's keep watching where this goes next week. I'm bullish though. I'm bullish. And subscribe if you want. If you don't, I don't care. And I'll catch you guys next week. Much love to every single one of you guys. I'll catch you guys in the Discord as well. Discord link is through Patreon. On any level, you guys can join Patreon and you get Discord access there. And we talk stock 24/7. Nothing boring here. I appreciate that, y'all. You waited all day to sell Tesla, but much love to everyone. Did Kathy's son's wife, uncle, ever pop in the live? You know what? I think he did. And I think he's going to be back next week too. Much love, everyone. Take care. All right. Have a great weekend. I always end the Friday live streams by saying, step away from technology over the weekend. Step away from the computers. Give yourself a mental break. We all know, you and I both know, we're going to be checking futures on Sundays. So spend some time with family and enjoy what we got. I know our accounts are less than probably what it was a couple months ago, but you know what? That's just the swing of things. That's just life. It is what it is. We'll make it up. Much love to everyone, you guys. Take care of yourselves and your family. Take care. Peace.